Hey, Poodle fam, how are we doing today? Looks like checking my levels. Looks like we're there. Happy Wednesday. We might have a quiet one today. This is crazy. That's just been quite a week. It's kind of dreary weather here in Los Angeles today. We've got rain. We don't rain in Los Angeles, but for some reason we've got rain today in Los Angeles. It makes it for a weird morning. You don't get your normal walk in, you don't get your normal routine. But I guess I'm know there's people who are listening and they live in areas where there's bad weather and stuff, so I shouldn't complain terribly much, should I? We've got a good one for you today, everybody. We are at episode 80. Wow, we are on the countdown to 100. The countdown to 100. And I kind of was thinking, we're in the holiday season. We're looking toward spending that time with the family, friends, and just kind of celebrating. But also, it's a time to reflect. The end of the year, is a reflections time, but it's also a wishing and looking ahead to what the future has. So I'm going to do a reflections episode coming up, either next week or the following. But I was thinking about, just some wish lists. I've been starting to do some holiday parties, and people are saying, what do you want the new year to bring? And so I thought, well, let me take a few minutes today and talk to our Poodle fam about the wish list I have for our holders again. And this is just in looking at the Telegram, looking at the chat, looking at the shilling going on, and I got a few things that make me think, okay, what are the things that I wish for you all? And really, they're the things I wish for myself, to tell you the truth, as well. I think the first thing that we have to wish for, and this is really for any crypto holder, especially our Poodle people, is we need patience. We need patience, okay? This is a long road. This is a time, obviously, even during the holidays, people are distracted. You got things going on. You got events going on. You got life events, things happening. You got work, holiday parties, things like that. People aren't focusing on, what their daily, ups and downs of the market. So just patience. We talked a few weeks back. We agreed next bull market is coming in March, right? We agreed to that. It better happen now. And so, what we're going to need is patience. I don't know why people are freaking sell or do whatever. You just need patience. Because we're going to weather it out. I've talked about this already. I've talked about, what should we do? What am I doing? I'll be flat honest with you. What I'm doing, I am not selling anything. I'm not doing major trades. I'm not swapping around because the fact is there's very, very little money to be made in a stale market. We're not even a bear market, and I'll talk about this coming up. Actually, I'll do it right now. We are no longer in a bear market, but we're also not in a bull market. What we're in is in a stale market. And let me tell you that that's actually a positive thing. A stale market is one of the best things that you can have coming out of a bear market. It means we've probably hit the low. If you look at the volume and the transactions and the how much is going through, it's slow. That's good. That means that we're no longer on a decline, we're on a reset. And that's really what happens over the holidays. If you listen back, I called the holidays being a reset. This is exactly what's happening right now. I actually think low activity is a good thing. It means people are done panicking. They're done panic selling. There are people who are hoping to give a push. It's not going to happen over the holidays. We need patience. So while we're in a stale market, let's just sit back and wait. Have patience. Don't check the chart every day. Let it all work out, and it will work out for the best. All right? That's the first thing I wish for all crypto holders, patience. Next thing, and there's only a few things on my list. I'm not getting greedy. Sometimes, when you're a kid, you make a list of 50 things you want. You open up the old toy store catalog, and you want everything, and you count how many weeks of allowance it'll take to be able to buy it all. Or if you ask, get one uncle that gives you some good money, you'll be able to get it. But I've only got a few things on the list today. Next. And I think this is an important one. I want justice for our crypto holders. This whole FTX thing, this whole, SAM thing, all this going on, the billions of dollars lost, the billions of dollars funneled to different channels and political channels and being lost, and investors getting screwed out of money. It is not good for the doesn't allow crypto to pass the eye test. It brings more doubt to what if crypto is a long-term strategy for investing. We all believe it is. We know it is. I have not lost faith and hope. But when you have front and center, people like Tom Brady's and all those who have lost money and were shilling this and that, and it goes down, it turns out the person behind it was essentially just stealing money, not operating really more than, I don't even know that it was so much as stealing, but just bad business operations, just a bad business owner. And there probably is some criminal activity, which will be found out later. But I want justice for crypto world. I want people to recognize that, we are not all like this. We are not all here to just snag money and get a get rich quick scheme. In fact, very few of us are like that. Very few of us actually see this as a get rich quick. We see this as the future and something to invest in and work toward. And that's where our strength is. So I want justice. I want everyone part of that whole scheme, and part of, all of the, the naysayers, all those who mishandled money. Even if you look at the major exchanges that are now laying people off because they were leveraging so much of their money and not really paying attention to good business practice, I want justice. I want them shut down. I don't know if that means I want regulations. Am I okay with some regulations? Maybe some, but I want them behind bars. I want them to be punished, so that those of us who have been legit, doing the hard work all the time, thinking about our families, our poodle fam, our crypto fam, we end up winning in the end, right? I think that that's the, what we want to be seen, that we've been here, we've been building a community, we've been focusing on what's important, and we are not scammers like them or bad business managers of your funds. Okay. That's the one thing. The second thing, or that was it. That was the second. So first we had patience. Now we have justice. Third thing that I want for our poodle fam, and we're ready. I want I don't know the best word to say this, appreciation for art. One of the good things that happened over this last year was NFTs and digital art. I said early with NFTs, one thing that I liked about it was that finally digital artists were getting their due. They were getting their payday. Now, we know NFT, market has dropped and dropped and dropped. If you looked at, was it the, Bored Ape that, like Justin Bieber bought for $1 million is now worth 70,000 or something along those lines. I mean, you want to talk about a hit. The whole market's down. But what I think that happened good this last year, and I'll say this more during the Reflections episode coming up, is, the validity of a digital artist. Now, there were too many projects coming out. I love our 2D NFTs. I love our 3D NFTs. I love which direction we're going, and there's an appreciation for it. So my holiday wish list is a continued love of digital art, a continued love of the utility behind digital art and what we can do with it. I love how we're positioning ourselves into metaverses and how we are continuing to work hard to take our art and make it usable in other areas, right? And I think that's a key. And so I really hope that, again, if you were looking at NFTs solely as a opportunity to get rich quick, again, you probably lost money. If you looked at it as an art form, if you looked at it as an investment, if you looked at it as a possible utility and what can be done behind it, you are probably going to win out in the end. And so I really, really wish that that love of digital art continues. So that is one of my biggest things. I think that NFTs can be a huge push in the future. I think they will be a huge push. I'm really excited about it, and I think that there's going to be a lot to it. And I think especially as NFTs gain more utility, and that the art itself becomes more of like the cover album for the utility behind it. If you remember, back when we used to buy big record albums, or laser discs or CDs, you had cover art. The cover art was its own form, but you bought it for what was inside of it. You bought it for the music, but the art of the cover was important. I think we can get back to that. Let's celebrate our artists, but remember the utility behind it is what's important. So that's it. So first we have patience, we have justice, and we have the love of art. My next wish list. Again, there's only five this time. My next wish list is, it kind of goes along with patience, but it's called, that everybody learns what dollar cost averaging is. Okay. That is a idea of buying, not selling. I don't get when I wake up in the morning and I see someone's sold. What did you do? Like if we're in a stale market, where do you think you're throwing your money that you're going to make money right now? People aren't doing it, okay? Just hold fast, hold tight, dollar cost average. Now, maybe with the holidays, money gets tighter, so you don't have as much to go around. Maybe you can't throw as much money into your DCAing as you normally would, but keep it up. Every single month, the beginning of the month, I load it, I buy, I keep loading my Poodle bag. As I told everybody, the only thing I'm buying right now is Poodle. That's it. I'm holding on to everything else. I'm not selling it. I'm just continuing to load, continuing to let it build. That's what we have to do. That's where the value is and where we're going to show in the future our long-term longevity. So that is the key. Learn what dollar cost averaging is. And again, I have a couple of episodes. I have a full episode on DCA, and I've talked about it in a few previous episodes. But again, dollar cost average, the idea of it is this, is that you say every month you are going to buy, and you're going to buy regardless of the price. Now, there's ways to do advanced DCAing, where you kind of leverage more and less based on price and value. But let's say you just say every month I'm going to spend $100, and I'm going to take that $100 and I'm going to, buy more Poodle with it. On the first of every month, I'm going to buy $100 worth of Poodle. Regardless of the price, you just keep buying it. Sometimes it's higher, sometimes it's lower. Yes, you can supplement with added buys when there is a little dip, but the idea is that you're going to average your cost over time. So learn what that is. It's the best investment strategy. In fact, it's one you probably already do every day and you don't even know it. If you have any money taken out of your paycheck every week or every month, whenever you get paid, and it goes into a 401k, you're essentially dollar cost averaging. You have, if your employer or yourself, you take 10% out of your check every single pay time, and that goes into, your 401k, your retirement fund, you're buying whatever that fund is backed by at whatever cost it's at the time. That is normal dollar cost averaging. You do it every day with your 401k. Start doing it with your crypto investments. Don't look to ride them. That's how you lose money. And the fact is that people who understand that are the ones who are making out, because they're going to make you fall for, the fear, the FOMO, the get rich quick idea, the excitement behind it, and they're laughing all the way to the bank with your money. So again, learn DCAing, learn DCAing. So that was first, patience, long game. Okay, long game was 1. 2 was justice for all of us, and that those who have been stealing money, those who give crypto a bad name, come to justice, spend some good time behind bars. Love of art, just remembering the art and appreciation for digital art continues with utility. That was number 3. And then 4, the value of DCAing, DC dollar cost averaging. Last one, number 5. Number 5 today. And this, that we continue to show our love. We still know that, as we already saw in last episode with, and Sasha and all, losing family members during the holidays is a tough time. Many people are hurt over this time. Many people, it's a time of sorrow. While it's a time of celebration, it's also a time of sorrow. It's a time of remembrance. It's a time where we step back and, the feelings go all over the place. Let's also remember the love we have for our charity. Let's remember that. Let's remember why we give and why we support, like Canines for Disabled Kids on a monthly basis. We've never, ever missed a donation. Goes up and down based on the volume, but we've never missed a donation. And, the love for one another, I've talked about this. I talked about it last week. I talk about it practically every week. The love of one another, our community, what our community does for one another, the way we can support one another, the way we are truly a poodle fam. That's important. Don't ever lose that. We can't afford to lose that. It's our identity. And just find ways to love and support one another. I know it's tough. I know that even myself, I get so busy and I want to jump in, and it's like and I'll be honest with you, the end of the years are tough for me. I don't necessarily have lost, but 2 years ago, December 15th will be the 2-year anniversary of when I lost everything in the house fire, and we're starting to feel it. We're kind of working our way out of it, but I might go and talk about all the travel, all these great things that I've done, but there's still hurt behind it. There's still a sense of loss behind certain things. And so just because people put things out publicly or they have a public persona doesn't mean that's really what's going on behind the scenes. And so remember that. Remember to show your love for one another, because it's what we've got and it's what our differentiator is. We've talked about this before. We've talked about how when we move from this stale market into the bull market, people are going to look at where they can trust and who they can trust. And they're going to look to those who are like us, those tokens that have a community that you can feel who that they care for one another. And that's a big deal. So I just pray for that. I pray that, we continue to show that we're more than just an investment token, that the poodle fam means something. So I just pray for love for any of you. And if you're hurting in this time, I pray for comfort for you. I hope that you're able to find ways to be able to support one another. Hey, Sasha, so good to see you. I'm glad you could make it in, and this is a time that we just want to continue to show love for one another over the course of the holidays. And again, that's what makes our family, our poodle fam, special. So again, this was it. This week I did my wish list for us, our holiday wish list. What I want you to get, hopefully this Christmas and Hanukkah and New Year's. Yes, Sasha, I gave you a wrench. You can now boot people. And so that is it. That's God, you just made me smile, Sasha. So good to see you here. So that is my crypto holders holiday wish list for us. So recapping for everyone: 1, patience. First thing I wish for you is patience. Remember, we agreed March is the bull market. We are currently in a stale market. Good thing is we are out of a bear market. We are now into a stale market, which means very little activity, but it means a lot less panicking and freak out. So that's the first step of a transition to a bull market. I'll get more to that probably. If this holds for the next few weeks, I'll discuss more on what a stale market is. So let's that's the first thing. Patience, everybody. Second is that my wish list is justice. Those who have been stealing the SAM, the FTXs, all those that give us a bad name, that they end up spending just a little time behind bars. That those who lost money due to bad actors get their money back. That those who give crypto a bad name come to justice, so that everyone sees what we that we are a legit group, and not everybody is a bad actor. We all care about the value behind everything. Third thing that my wish list is continued appreciation for digital art. Like I said, NFTs were great, but as they're down too. But again, think of an NFT as the value behind it, the utility behind it. The graphic is the cover art. Let's celebrate our digital artists who spend time doing that. But what you can do with the NFT is what we're going to see a change into the next year. So continue to appreciate that. I'm glad that digital artists are finally getting their payday. It's been, it's always been hard for artists, but I always support artists. So continued appreciation. That was my third holiday wish list item. Fourth wish list item was that everybody, again, I said this, continue to learn what dollar cost averaging is. That is the number one thing that you need to keep doing. Keep buying. Don't freaking sell. I don't understand why people sell. You're not taking the money from any one place and getting it somewhere else, especially in a stale market. Okay, there's not enough volume to do that. Dollar cost average. Keep building your bag. I've told you what I'm doing. I'm just sticking to my poodle. I'm growing that bag. Very, very, very little in some of the other stable coins, but I'm not selling anything. I'm not moving money around. I'm taking the time to just keep decent. And that's my wish. Everyone learns what that is. Make an investment. Think about it like your 401k. A certain amount comes out of every check, and then you're going to buy crypto with it. A certain amount comes out of every check, and you buy crypto with it, no matter what the value is at that time or the cost is at that time. All right. And then fifth, continued love for our poodle family. Exactly. Another project fold after 9 months, but not us. Love for our poodle fam. That is, again, my biggest thing for everybody is, we always said that we're a community that cares for one another, supports one another. Let's show it in this time. We know that people go through hard times, hurting times during the holidays. It's a time to celebrate, but it's a time to also show that we care. And let's show now who we are, that we are who we say we are. And that is a family that supports one another. Again, as I've said, many people go through hard times. Like I've mentioned, next week's going to be a hard time for me. It'll be our 2-year anniversary of our house fire. We're thankful that we've come through it, but it's still difficult. It's still a time of loss. It's still a time where we've also had kids move away now. So this will be our first Christmas where not everybody is home for the holidays. That was actually really hard on my wife over Thanksgiving, where automatically now you have people who are married getting out there, have their own things, and things change. And, we have, again, people who've lost family members. This is a very difficult time. So continue to show the love for one another in this time. Also, just love for our dog. Again, get out there and show why we love this poodle. And again, when people are looking and people are interested in crypto, and as they see other projects folding and they go look into our Telegram and they see that we care for one another, and we see Ricky's little poodle dog dance every time he comes on, that's what we want to keep sharing, and find somebody and support them, teach them a little more about crypto, and bring them into the Poodle fam. So those are it. Those are my 5 holiday wish list items for you. So good to see you. Glad you're able to continue to listen. I've made it 80 weeks in a row. We're on the countdown to 100. 80 weeks in a row. Next week, reflections week. Then we're going to do a holiday party. I don't know where it's going to fall, but we're going to do a Christmas holiday party again, where I will send out a Zoom link where everybody can hop on, and we're just going to have a nice little cocktail hour with one another. I know cocktail hour 8 a.m. Maybe I'll do mimosas. But we'll do some time there. We're going to have that come in. We've got great things continuing. Look out. I'm putting the final things on our academy that's coming out soon. I actually don't travel for another month, which is great. It's amazing how much I'm trying to play catch up with stuff. But I know should I do a 6th wish list? I wish for time. I wish I was able to get stuff done. It's amazing how the holidays are always so busy. It's supposed to be a time of relaxation, yet they're always so busy. So anyway, that is it. I hope you all have a great week. Love you, Poodle fam. We will see you next week's with a yes, we have a lot of catching up. Next week's episode, reflections episode on the last year. And then again, we'll have a little holiday party coming up. We'll do some other cool things to finish off this year strong. That's my holiday wish list. Go in there, go in the Telegram. Let me think if you agree that these are 5 good things. So we'll talk to you soon, everybody. See you next week. See you on the gram.